My name is Alexander Ong. We are in the Worcester Dining Commons in the University of Massachusetts in Amherst. And what's truly unique about this dining hall is this is the flagship, brand new flagship for our university dining program. And we just spent about $70 million building this brand new building, 3 floors of pure goodness. We have a cafe downstairs, grab and go program, big servery on the 2nd floor, and we have the office and the Commonwealth restaurant, which is our fine dining restaurant. And the unique part about all this operation, we are open to the public. We're a public university, so it's open to the public. We do about 50,000 meals on average a day. Big program, right? And our students generally spend about 4.5 times per day in any one of our food units, be it the dining hall, the cafes, in our food hall, the Blue Wall. We are the biggest self-op university dining program in North America. We have close to about 95% of our students are on the meal plans because they choose to be on the program because they see the value in it, right? And what's truly unique about this place is like we do so much food that is, that really is authentic. And I don't take that word authentic lightly because we really make sure that we are home away from home for a lot of the students, right? Like with the sample that we did with the jumping, this is truly a Beijing staple, and it is really unique to our students from China that they congregate, they are our biggest supporters, and from there they tell their friends and it spreads across the campus. We want to showcase what is truly special about our program here is because we want to make a difference, right? We want to make sure that the food is truly unique and worthwhile for our students to pay that money in order to be a part of this meal plan. A lot of them are on the unlimited plan, so they can eat in our dining halls 10 times a day, right? And the concept is you swipe your card, you're in here, and you can eat from any of our 11 stations. And we have 4 of these dining halls throughout campus. We don't want to brag about it, but a lot of our students tell us one of the main reasons they chose UMass Dining is because food is one of the least of the worries. They know they're going to be well taken care of. We try our very best, and we go out there and try to see and learn from the outside world, be it our fellow colleagues in other universities, retail operations, new concepts out there. We were just in Napa. Just going back to Napa and seeing all the things, we want to get inspired and we want to pass these ideas and new concepts to our students. So with the plant-forward and plant-based movement that is very strong nowadays, right? When we poll our students, we have about 6% of them identified as vegans, right? But close to about 70% of them identified as omnivores. They will eat and they will try new dishes, be it plant-based, plant-forward. The key thing is it has to taste good. So whatever we make, it's got to pass on tests. And when we say that tastes great, because we eat here 2-3 times a day for our own meal. So in a way, we're selfish. It has to pass our tests, and then we bring it into the program itself. So self-health, or what we call telling teenagers to eat their vegetables without telling them to eat their vegetables, is the way we arrange everything, right? Our portion size has always been 3 ounces, very different from the industry standard 4 ounce. Why 3 ounce versus 4 ounce? It's because we have an all-you-can-eat concept here, right? 3 ounce, we want them to, number one, to reduce the food waste, and number two, to try other concepts that is available to them. So the 3 ounce portion, we have worked with a lot of manufacturers from Purdue and so on and so forth to cut that specifically for us. We pay a little bit more, it's fine. But the way we arrange it is the meat protein is always the last item. For example, if we do the tandoor station, right, where we always have the vegetables first, the flatbread, and then the meat protein would be the last items, followed by the toppings, which is pickles, relishes, sauces, and that will go on top of that. So the way we do it is like, essentially, you get a beautiful plate full of color, and loaded with lots of vegetables that is going to bring that extra crunch, texture, flavor, and something that has been very successful with our program. So the Princeton Review has awarded us the best campus dining in the United States for 7 years in a row. And we are extremely proud of that. We're very honored that the students has voted us to be the best in the country. So we don't take that lightly, and every day is a new day. And as a chef, I always say that you're only as good as your last meal. So every day we come in and we have to start from scratch, and we have to earn that respect every single day. By 2032, we're going to be net carbon zero. So that puts a lot of pressure on us to say we have to get up there. We know that even though we're less than 10 years away from that goal, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, the carbon footprint. So we are the first university in the United States, I would even they say in North America, that is rating our recipes based on the carbon footprint. We work with a company in My Emissions in England, in the UK, that measures all our recipes. And the good news is most of our recipes are in the A to B category, which is the good part, right? And we are looking at those Ds and saying that how can it improve up to a C, right? And we're working with our vendors, not just asking them this question, how can you help us reach this goal, but also helping them and better understanding what the whole process is like. It's, a lot of people say that, oh, carbon footprint, sustainability, all that stuff. It's a lot more than driving around in a Prius, right? There's a lot of moving parts in the whole picture that needs to be answered. So a lot of the challenges, us being in Western Massachusetts, even though we're surrounded by farms, we are actually quite isolated from, say, Boston. We're 2 hours from Boston, right? So how do we bring that flavor and ingredients out here? So we work through quite a few of our vendors to help us bridge that gap. We also work very closely with our partners in New York City, in Brooklyn, who can help, who specialize in really traditional Asian ingredients, and they are the ones that help bring these ingredients to us, right? And at the same time, anything that can be grown during the growing season in Massachusetts and New England Northeast region, we try to reach out to our partners in the farming industry and say, can you grow this for us, right? And so we're slowly bringing that into our ecosystem, and it's improving on a daily basis. And every year we see new things and new challenges that comes up, and we sit and address them. During our growing season, during summer, our disadvantage is it's summer. There's no classes, right? And when we come back in September, we are buying everything and anything that is local. We do about $3 million worth of business within the local Massachusetts economy. And we want to grow that, right? And there's opportunity for us to grow that. So it is important for us to, like for me, being from California, I still keep in touch with all my farmers in the Central Valley, right? And yes, we do a lot of business with the wonderful company to get the citruses in during summer, during winter time, and so on and so forth. So we start off with Massachusetts, New England, the Northeast region, and then we expand from there as the season gets colder. And we do get a lot of produce out of Central and South America during the winter time, right? That's just the way the industry is in this country. So we celebrate that. It's important to understand the cooking process and saying that we are feeding the crowd, but we have to cook the food in batches, right, as needed. A couple of reasons why. Obviously, freshness is one of them. And number two is food waste. We don't want to cook all the stuff, and by midnight, we have all this leftovers, and we end up in the trash or not. We're very conscientious about that, right? And we communicate with our team, and we audit them. I think the thing about it is the most common thing is you don't have an understanding of what we're looking for, right? And we try to eliminate that and change that by education, right? We train them. Every new cook that comes into our program has to shadow a senior cook for about 2 months, right, before they are allowed to be able to operate on their own. And we constantly check in. We never leave them alone. And we have unit managers, the unit chefs in each building that monitors their own team. And we keep this team pretty small, so it's a lot easier to manage. and we continue to check on them, and through the continuing education that we work very closely with CIA and select these young chefs and cooks to attend all these different classes online so they better educate themselves. We have the experts that come on campus that as our guest chefs. I was one of them, right? For 10 plus years, I was a guest chef here so frequently that, and I finally joined here, the team here in 2018, right? So when we bring this outside help in, they bring in this expertise that we may be lacking, right? And be it Indian cooking, Persian cooking, Malaysian, and there's so many parts, right? And we have a whole stable of chefs that we consider our immediate family that constantly help support us throughout the academic year. And this also brings a sense of authentic flavors. And when these chefs come in, they are having fun with our team. And I'll give you an example, when Chef Martin Yen comes here during Lunar New Year, it's a celebration. You want to talk about a celebration? This guy knows how to cook and he knows how to party. And the student community, the campus community loves him. Yeah. We take what we hear and what we see from the CIA's collaborative with the menus of change, right? And we take that and put it into practice. And we are serious about that because essentially we not only put that in practice, we create a database on it. And we are that living laboratory that, being a partner of the CIA, this menus of change, we are that living laboratory that there's a lot of data that can be drawn from here because we believe in what this whole thing is, plant-based, plant-forward, more legumes, whole grains. We celebrate that here.